Welcome back to Borderlands 2. This is part number 5. Today we are at Marcus's Mercenary Workshop. It is a Headhunter DLC. It is the Christmas themed DLC, so I'm looking forward to it. And there is also presents that you can open. There's a huge Christmas tree. We got that big snowman boss to fight. I believe there's only like 3 or 4 quests in these little Headhunter DLCs, kind of like the Miss Moxie one we did where there was only like 3 as well. But, they do take a little bit of time, so it's good. But, back in the day, if you did pay money for this, it's almost kind of a rip, honestly, Like the train farm at the end, when you complete this DLC, you get a train car that arrives with 2 big loot caches of weapons. And, you could farm it over and over and over again if you defeat the snowman boss, right? If that's a spoiler for you, I'm sorry, the game's been out forever, give it a go. But yeah, I've been playing through with the assassin class. It's actually the very first one I ever chose when I played Borderlands 2 for the first time. I purchased it on release day. I was at Walmart, actually. We actually got ID'd at the time. I was 16 when it came out. And, having that said, I was underage, right? And they're mature games, so you had to be 18 to buy them. We went to Best Buy, and the guy ID'd us and wouldn't sell to us. It was crazy. So we ended up needing to have an adult, but we just went to Walmart instead, and then they didn't ID us at all. So, whatever, to each their own. I understand he was doing his job. But anyways, we got Borderlands 2, and we put hours and hours and hours into it. There was nothing like back in the day, getting home from school, whether you were playing COD or Borderlands or what have you, just loading up with your friends, taking down bosses, late nights, laughs, maybe some drinks involved, good times. Good things to look back on, I miss those days. Now I'm not very social at all. I don't talk to anybody. I just stay at home. Don't really have much else to do, and I prefer to keep it that way. If you're a friend to everybody, you're an enemy to yourself. The smaller your circle, the better. And with the way things are here nowadays, I don't trust anybody. Like, 2 of my friends got jumped recently. It wasn't a good time for sure. They were just walking home on a back path at night, and they got decked from behind. 2 guys snuck up on them, nailed them. They were drunk too, by the way, so they weren't obviously the most aware of their surroundings. And having that said, yeah, they got smacked and then booted in the head a bunch, and they had a dog with them too, and the dog didn't even do anything. It didn't protect them at all. All it did was prance around and thought they were playing while they were getting the brakes beat off them. Kind of ridiculous, I would be getting a different dog after that. That one would be going straight to the adoption center, but that's just me, But hey, what can you do? It's just too kind-hearted. At least, you won't have to ever worry about the dog hurting anybody, I suppose. So, that's something positive about the situation to take from it, I guess. But yeah, I would be pretty PO'd about it for sure. But yeah, anyways, that happened, and they're doing good now. Got some good gashes on their faces, though. Some good little war wounds anyways, so yeah, that happened. And then there's just so many sketch bags in the town I live in. Like, I hate even going out past like 9 p.m. Like, it's just terrible. All the people that are here, like, I just assume, maybe I'm just paranoid, but like, I always think the worst of people. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, what's gonna happen? Especially groups of 2 men, like, specifically, like in twos, a 2v1, you might have a chance of success, but you also have a high chance of failure as well, right? Me personally, like, I carry a knife everywhere I go. It's a tool. I use it to eat bananas and apples, cut them up, open boxes at work. And if things took a turn for the worse, that tool might be utilized for another purpose. But, yeah. So yeah, anyways, the place I live is just not the greatest. Like, just in the past 2 years alone, like, a person at the 7-Eleven got, like just an employee, right, was working their shift, 7-Eleven, just typical little convenience store job, right? Person gets stabbed and they died just working their job at a convenience store. Like, that's ridiculous, absolutely bananas. Where I am, it doesn't tend to happen. Like, it's not like murders frequent or anything like that. But, things are just getting worse and worse. There's more and more sketchy people, I thought I was going to get mugged one time. Like, it's rough here. Trying to get out of here for sure. If it were up to me, I wouldn't live here anymore. I'd be bouncing for sure. I would not stay in this city. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even, like, trust your kids out past 9 p.m. anymore. You never know what kind of people they're going to run into. Like, the back paths where my buddies got jumped, I walked those hundreds, thousands of times, if not more. Like, day by day, home from high school every day, to and from, and then just like recreationally, it's a good way to get around town. The paths take you through, and it's nice. It's somewhat secluded. It's like an alleyway that backs off of people's yards on both sides, but like, there's fencing and stuff, right? Not everybody's looking out their window all the time, so you can't always rely on that. But yeah, they're just no good anymore, so I wouldn't even, personally, I'm just gonna avoid them altogether most likely. But yeah, anyways, there's a reason that people are paranoid and stuff. But anyways, just gonna change things up here. You know, I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to Stardew Valley, the 1.6 update, when it finally comes out for console. Whenever that is, you know, I hope Mr. Eric Brony takes his time, of course. You know, the man's a legend, created such a masterpiece. I'm looking forward to the updates. I've been doing my best to not watch spoilers on YouTube or TikTok and stuff, you know, to not see what's new on the farm and stuff. Like, I know a few details, like there's a new farm, different, you know, different things. Anyways, I'm not going to say too much because I don't even know that much anyway, but I really want to play it, and the urge to, like, spoil everything for myself is very high. I think I'm going to wait, like, another month, and if not, then I'm just going to watch a video, because I got to know, man. I got to know what all the new stuff is. Like, oh, just the things I've scrolled past. It looks so cool, you know? Oh my goodness, I couldn't even hear myself think. All that yelling in the headphones was so much. Oh my god, it was so loud. That was a lot to take in at once. Pretty funny though. Oh, there's a weapon chest up here. Okay, okay. Now, I think from what I remember, we have to like jump up on this little post or something like that and we can get up. Or maybe, is that high enough? Like if I went on the other train car, do you think I could? I wonder if we could, let's find out. I don't think I'll be able to do it from this little fence piece with the roof blocking me. So I think I'll just do it from here, right? That seems like a far jump, but I don't know, let's see. Hey, you know what? I will take it. Maybe that's not the way you're intended to get up, but you know what? That'll do. Also, great corrosive weapon. That's fantastic, because after this DLC, I'll probably be going back to the main story, to which there's a whole bunch of loaders right now, so a good corrosive weapon is going to be great. I don't remember where I am in this story anymore. Like, working towards the bunker, maybe? Something like that? I don't remember. After playing these DLCs, I'm not 100% sure anymore. But that's alright. That's pretty cool, by the way, that they added this, like, this little feature here, right? You can shoot the ice away and stuff, but, like, it's not a feature that's, like, very often, you know? It's, like, rare and few in between, you know? Just interesting that they're so, like, sporadic with their choices of interactable things in this game.
Then we'll tell the townsfolk that bandits stole the guns, and I'll keep my money and my merchandise.
Oh, Marcus is the Grinch. They definitely should have put him in like a Grinch costume in his little like appearance thing in the window there when he pops up. I think that would be funny, you know? He's sitting here like, oh, I'm gonna get the presents, the money, the weapons, everything. But he's a Grinch 100%. He's trying to steal everything from the townsfolk. But he needs to get a movie about himself, or maybe he needs to watch The Grinch and learn to have a heart, brother. You know what? I'll take it. As threatening as that compliment was, you know, I'm gonna take it. He called us a badass, you know, so at least he respects the Vault Hunter, right? You know, he knows that we're a legendary foe, you know, respect thy enemy. I'll keep that in mind, good sir, when we fight. I think we basically escort this train back to that little station we started at that has the coal little hook like crane above it. You'll see it in a minute once we get through here and we continue onwards with the train. But I believe we basically get the coal in and it causes all of the snow to melt. And then after that, we basically go and fight the snowman guy. And then I think we get the big like reward chest right after. And then after that, I think there's one more quest where we have to deliver presents as well. So that should be interesting. Also, I am messing these firework grenades up so badly. Almost threw them back at myself. I thought that one was going to kill me for sure. I'm misjudging my distances here. Real talk though, the firework grenade, absolutely legendary. 100%. Like, useful through the whole playthrough. Completely overpowered. You'll get yourself downed a lot, but you can get yourself up so quickly. Like, especially indoors, if you're about to go down, just chuck a firework grenade. Oh, you'll probably get that second win, no problem. Like, even early game, make sure you equip it right off the hop, because it is super useful and very overpowered. Oh, why was there like a random ammo here? I thought it was a little like, you know, one of those little voice data pad things, you know? Little audio log, but I guess not. And hey, now we can do this. We can do the train part.
Get you something real nice. Dump the coal. After the town unfreezes, we can steal my guns back and escape. Now, let's get the power back on. Let's get out of here before the townsfolk wake up.
I'm alive! You saved us! Thank you, Vault Hunter. Thank you, Marcus.
Crap. I guess we won't be stealing the gun shipment. Yeah, you're welcome.
The giant snowman who froze our town won't take kindly to your saving us. We've nothing to pay with, but could your Vault Hunting friend kill him for us?
Yeah, I guess. Vault Hunter, track down the giant snowman and kill him. It'll be a mercenary day gift to Gingerton.
Now see, things have come full circle, you know? He realized he's not getting the weapons back, you know? He decided to go and do this favor. It's a gift for the townsfolk, you know? But see, Buddy's had his change of heart. We got the Grinch movie full circle now. Also, that little, I don't know if you noticed when I walked by. Maybe I'll stop by it after if I don't forget to. That little booth that's there, now that you've done the thing where it unfreezes everything and everything is unthawed, basically, there's a psycho in there that you can do a little performance. He sings a little song, has a little midget playing the piano, and he's screaming at him the whole time. It's pretty funny, honestly. I think what I'll do is I'll go back and record it, and I'll put it in shorts or something, because it's pretty funny. It's a really good performance, honestly. It's a good creative one. I'd love to see footage of the people that did it in the sound booth, you know, like recording that. Oh my god, I can only imagine. Like the psycho sounds just scream like an absolute psychopath. I feel like I could do good with that, 100%. I'd be able to make some monstrosity sounds, let me tell you.
Where the frozen behemoth sleeps. You'll need to anger him before he'll wake up. Oh, I've got it. Ring those bells to play the Gingerton anthem. Our people will sing their hearts out with joy. Mr. Snowflake hates the sound of joyful singing.
You know what? That's an interesting town anthem. When the kids go to school, do they just like stand up for 2 seconds and sit down while the little ding ding dings happen? Like, that's kind of funny to think about. All right, all rise. All right, sit back down, you know, just kind of funny to think about. I'm sure it happens somewhere in the world, but yeah, just a funny little thing. Also, fun fact, the snowman that you see in the distance there, or saw, I should say at this point, and the snowman that comes up here are 2 different entities, actually, 2 completely different character models. And when you do defeat the snowman, by the way, you can knock his hat off, and it has physics to it. Like, you can, oh, that was clean. Oh, and he ducked, man. This guy, like, honestly, he's a pretty chill fight. Mind you, I'm just choking it really hard, I must say. I'm just gonna spam him, because we got this fire shotgun. Realistically, getting downed isn't really a concern, because I can get back up pretty much immediately. I really dislike his wind attack, though, I must say. That, like, little icy breath that makes your screen all shaky, and you can't be accurate. When he throws his candy cane, all you gotta do is move to the opposite side that he's throwing it. Like, honestly, he's a super easy boss. I was just being reckless. But yeah, this little hat here, once you, oh, hey, little snowman. They do some damage, by the way. These little frost nippers, oh man, they do some work. But this hat, once you get it off, you can actually, like, shoot it and stuff. And you can launch it right off the cliffside. It's just a fun little thing to do, a final little disrespect on the snowman, you know? So now he's down, you get a good amount of XP. He's also a good farm, by the way, especially early game. Like, you can farm this boss over and over and over again. You just have to walk to the spot, and you're good to go. You can kill him, get the loot car, and do it again and again. And basically, you have a source of, like, infinite iridium, different weapons. You can get legendaries, too, by the way. He has some decent drops, you know, sometimes. Some decent drops, some decent weapons, iridium, like I said, money. And then, yeah, once we get out to the train car here, like, you're going to see you get 2 big loot boxes, and every time you defeat him, you know, you get the XP, you can get some early levels in the game. While you're getting iridium, so you can upload your ammo capacities, too, like, in your backpack, the bank, like, it is all, like, all around, I guess, back in the day, the $20 would have been worth it for the farm that you got. You basically have infinite money, iridium, and XP farm. Mind you, you still got to put in the work, and of course, you know, as you level up and go into True Vault Hunter mode, it will scale as well, but only so far, right? You know, it only scales so many levels, so take advantage of it while you can anyways. But yeah, once these beauties open up, you got yourself some nice loot to go through, and you got a good little farm on your hands. Now, with that out of the way, that is the main quest of this DLC, defeating Mr. Snowflake, the snowman, basically, Frosty the Snowman. Now, the only other side quest, or I guess the only side quest, is this one, special delivery for Mr. Timmy here. Basically, we got to take some presents, and then we're going to go ahead and deliver them. And then after delivering them, you have to go back to each house and open the present, which releases a bunch of loaders, little loaders, I should say, they're little mini ones. But they have a lot of health as far as I remember. I'm pretty sure they're a bit of a pain, so I better change out my whole, like, yeah, I'll make some space. Maybe come back, pick up some good ones. I'm glad I got these corrosive weapons too. It just makes life so much easier. Like, if I had no corrosive weapons, like these loaders would be a huge pain. I guess shock would be a good alternative or an explosive weapon, but yeah, corrosive's definitely the way to go with the loaders, it just takes them down. And I gotta say, my least favorite, like those war loaders and the jet loaders, oh, they're just so annoying to deal with sometimes. My goodness, just such a pain. I got some pretty decent equipment, especially for starting out. I do like the stuff that I have, though, for the most part, so I don't think I'm going to switch much out. But yeah, we'll grab these presents here pretty much, and then we're going to go deliver them for Mr. Timothy.
Few shillings I've got as a reward.
Now, fortunately, this is a pretty quick quest. It's pretty quick and simple, straight to the point. You just have to go to the houses in the immediate surrounding area, so at least you don't have a whole bunch of walking to do. You just go house by house, drop off the little toys, to which you hear these little machiney sounds, and you're like, oh, well, that doesn't sound very good. Kind of gives you a predecessor of what's going to happen here. Oh, speaking of, I really want to play through, I don't know why this came to mind. The word predecessor reminded me of the word precursor. Remember playing the Jack games? Oh my god. Jack 2, Jack 3. I spent so many hours, and I loved Jack 3 so much. Like, you could replay the missions, what I used to love doing for fun myself when I was younger. Do you remember that mission where, like, you were driving a car? Like, there was the desert, right? And you could go in that garage and get a car and go drive out in the desert part. And basically there was like these big dinosaurs that would like hit you really hard, and they'd send you like flying through the sky when they hit you. They were like big dinosaurs, it took a lot. There was a mission where you had to like go through and shoot them with your car basically and kill them. But if you go back, you can go through and get launched just for fun, or do it during the mission, whatever. Anyways, it's fun to just get absolutely launched through the map, just a dumb little thing I did as a kid. It was fun. But yeah, Jack 3, also great, I think it was, Jack 2 where there was police, right? They're pretty much on site from the beginning of the game anyways, because they hate you because you're basically an abomination. If you're wondering what the Jack games are, you're basically this guy that gets, experimented on, I'm pretty sure. And you end up basically getting this, light and dark matter stuff injected into you or something like that. And you get the powers of darkness and light. So there's Dark Jack and Light Jack. So you get these powers. Now, Dark Jack is more evil. It's kind of like Fable, in a way, just to think about it that way. It's like, an evil and a good, right? So one enables you to do some good damage and attacks, and then the other one allows you to heal yourself and stuff. Honestly, it's pretty good. Like, Jack 3 was so ahead of its time, and, it was basically like GTA. Like, you could steal people's cars, you could kick them out, you could flatten people, you could shoot people, it was a great game. I loved the mission too, where you got to ride Dexter, I believe his name is Jack and Daxter. Is it Dexter or Daxter? Am I thinking about this wrong? His little orange buddy? I don't remember. Whatever the case may be, there's a mission where you get to ride on a missile as him, and it's so fun steering the missile through the city. And if you want to, you can just crash into somebody. Of course, you'll fail the mission right after, but it's just funny to do. It's a fun little side quest. I love that you can replay the missions. I really want to buy a PS4 or PS5 or something just so I can download the Jack games and replay those. And I also really want to replay through the Ratchet and Clank games. Personally me, I had a Nintendo as a kid, and a Nintendo 64 later after. I remember having the OG Nintendo, it came with the game with the Mario and the Duck Hunt, and you had the little orange blaster. Oh, great times. But anyways, what I'm getting at is I started out with that. Then I got myself a PS1, a PS2, and then I didn't go to PS3 because I gained a huge interest in Halo. But I still had my PS2, of course. I ended up getting an Xbox, but point is, I do want to get a PS4 because they're probably on the store, right? I'd imagine you can replay the old games. I know on my old PS3 I bought the old Crash games and the Spyro games for sure. So I'm almost positive the Jack games would be on there. If not, that'd be quite a crime. But I'm really hoping it is. And the Ratchet & Clank, me personally, I played through Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal probably well over 30 times. I remember for each time you defeated it, or beat the campaign anyways, when you beat Dr. Nefarious, it would have a counter as to how many times you did it. And I know I saw 27. That's all I really did. I gamed as a kid, so... Yeah, anyways, enough of the story time. This was the Christmas DLC. We got all the quests done. It literally took less than 25 minutes. But you know what? We didn't have to pay for it nowadays, so that's good. It's a really easy farm for some free XP, Iridium, and weapons. Give it a go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Borderlands 2, where we continue through the story, and then, some Hogwarts as well.